Hey everybody, it's David with Aspen Grove Studios. I am here with two of my most favorite people in the world. We're doing something very special today. Corey and I founded Aspen Grove Studios. It's our 3rd year anniversary, and we wanted to do something special. We wanted to record a video, so we asked our content manager, Lisa, to interview us, and that's what we're here to do. So we're going to tell you a little bit about our history of our company, where we came from. Probably more importantly, stay to the end because we're going to tell you where we're going. So without further ado, Lisa, take it away.
Hi everyone, so let's get started. So David and Corey, for those who don't know, can you please tell us how you both met?
Corey, go.
Man, 3 years. It gets harder every year to remember the full story, huh, David?
Yeah.
Well, I guess long story short, David and I had gotten into Divi, and we were some of the original members in one of the very first Divi Facebook groups, kind of a support group, and it was really active. Everybody in the community was really cool. David and I had seen each other around, and we were both pretty active helping people out. And as I remember it, David was looking for somebody to help out with like a web app. He had some questions on web apps, and I luckily had some previous experience from working with a radio station where I turned their WordPress sites into a web app, and I was pretty familiar with it. So David, being David, not shy, set up a Skype meeting, and we connected. And from there, we just kind of set weekly, bi-weekly calls, talking about different things, brainstorming. And it kind of continued on from there. So,
yeah, I think what happened was a friendship formed between the two of us, and what Corey didn't know at the time was just how green and new this guy was to WordPress. Because, as he mentioned, it was the very beginning. It was one of the first Divi Facebook groups. Divi had just came out. This was in the summer of 2014 when this Facebook group formed. And I think Corey and I may have met around the fall of 2014. And I started picking his brain. He is correct in, I had a great idea, which I still think is a great idea today. I just don't have the bandwidth to do it. And I asked I put a message in a Facebook group. He replied, and we became friends and have been friends ever since then. So, Mark Zuckerberg, thank you very much. Facebook is responsible for Aspen Grove Studios.
For this crazy bunch.
So after meeting online and creating this friendship, what led you to the decision to start doing business together and collaborating?
Corey, can I take this one?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. That very same Facebook group continued to grow. Divi continued to grow as a product. And I don't know if it's because I was so new to WordPress and I didn't have a good understanding. I wasn't a developer. I wasn't a designer. And I was trying to learn WordPress prior to Divi and using what I thought were very hard things for me to do as a do-it-yourselfer or a brand new person to WordPress. Well, when Divi came out, I thought, holy cow, man, this is unreal. I can drag and drop these things and make a website, and I don't need to know how to code. I can even style it and design it, and it looks halfway decent. So I guess a lot of other people felt the same way, and this Facebook group just kept growing and growing and growing and growing. And a small group of us that were some of the original members decided to try to make products for WordPress and Divi specifically because we saw a potential marketplace. And Corey and I collaborated. He worked on his clients. I worked on my clients' sites. And I think where we really came together for our collaboration was when we started to discuss creating products for the Divi theme. And because there was it seemed to be there was a need for it there. So we basically decided to just, create a product and see if there was any response to it. And there was an overwhelming response. I mean, our first product was the Divi footer editor. A lot of people use this little plugin. It was a pain, not being a developer, having to go into the footer.php file and edit that was just, it was just a pain in the butt. So we wrote a program that, used the WordPress WYSIWYG to, change that for you, and added some dynamic short codes that would automatically update. Found out that a lot of other people wanted to use it. So we just started creating products together. And yeah, it's kind of how we decided to collaborate and started working together. Did I miss anything, Corey?
No, but yeah, David was really the one, pushing me to do it. And at the time I was, busy with my freelance company. I had a kid. We were trying to do a bit of traveling, which I hadn't done in years. And, David really pushed for that. He kind of saw the vision of, from the group and, from some of those other products out there of how popular these things would be. So it just kind of went from there. So.
And at this point, working on Aspen Photo Editor together, you'd still never met in person, correct?
Nope. We were official business partners legally for 14 months before we ever met in person.
Yeah, we'd had Footer Editor, I think, Ghoster in that time, and I don't know how many child themes, like 5 or 6.
Yeah, we had several child themes. We had the demo zone. We had, as a matter of fact, I want to say Lisa was even working for us, or had just started working for us right when you and I met for the first time, because I think it was July of that year, the same year that Lisa started. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it came out like right after. I remember talking to Lisa and interviewing her. I remember because our internet went out at the house and I was off like at Starbucks or something. And it was like a couple weeks later that you came out and visited, David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was it like? What was it like meeting a business partner or an online friend turned business partner for the first time in real life?
For me, it was like we were already like, knew each other. We were already good friends. There was a little bit of initial awkwardness for me, at least, because I'm a heck of a lot more introverted than David is. Some people might not guess it, but for me, there was a little bit of awkwardness initially, but after 5 minutes, I mean, it was just like I was sitting there talking to somebody I'd known for years. So it was cool. It was,
and I'm a hugger, so I came in hugging for the first time, and Corey's like, "Oh my goodness, he looks the same as the video calls that we get on and stuff, but man, here he comes."
Yeah, and it was a blast. We had such a good time hanging out. David had his son and his wife out, and our families got together, and we just had a blast. So
yeah, we ended up spending more time than expected that initial trip, because I had an RV mishap. We had a bad storm while we were at Corey's eating dinner, and came back and our awning was ripped off the side of our RV. So we had to stay in for an extra week or so and get our RV repaired, which wasn't a bad thing. It ended up being a great thing. So it was awesome meeting in person from my side, meeting the person that is pretty much your equivalent of your spouse, in the business world. So yeah, it was really, really good. I had been Skyping with Cooper, Corey's son, for over a year. I mean, I literally watched this kid grow on Corey's lap in calls like this.
Wow.
So, when we met in person, it was pretty awesome to meet and, see Cooper.
Yeah, your Uncle David to him,
Yeah, it was like family. It really was. It's like family and stuff.
Uncle David with a house on wheels.
That's right.
And you had a close encounter with death too, right, David?
That's right. Yeah, Southwest, us Louisiana boys, we're used to some dangerous things, but most of them are in the water. Alligators, water moccasins, those kind of things. Well, out in the desert, when Lisa and I were leaving Corey's house, he had kind of a walkway of steps that walked up to the front door, and we were coming down, and we went to take a step off of the last step, and we heard, and it was a rattlesnake that was right up underneath our foot. So, of course, Corey had to save the day, and go and take care of the rattlesnake for us and stuff. But we made it out alive.
Yeah, my neighbors in that neighborhood love me. It was really quiet in the middle of a pine forest, and I'm out there till 10, 11 at night with a BB gun trying to get this thing because I didn't want my kid to
Wow. So after you'd had your first meeting in July of 2015, did you feel like there was like a plan in mind? Did you have a set vision, or do you feel like the company just progressed and developed naturally?
Well, I'll answer it. We definitely had a plan in mind. It was to grow this sucker as big as we could grow it. What we weren't accounting for was the how fast the company would grow and scale. I don't think either one of us were prepared for what was going to happen, because the last 3 years since we formed the company have just been, we feel like Corey and I, at least I feel like this. I won't speak for Corey. I feel like he got on one side of the rocket. I got on the other side of the rocket. We held on as tight as we could, and it just started going.
Yeah.
and you know what? It's still going. It's still going. We're still hanging on. We're trying to do the best we can to keep up with the amount of growth that we've had over the last 3 years. So, Corey, what was it? Was anything? What was it? What was it like for you?
Well, I think after we met, you know, and it's kind of like going to like a WordCamp or like, you know, a Divi meetup where you meet some of these people for the first time. But I think after David and I met, we were both just super motivated and ready to, you know, to just take things off. So, yeah, you know, a lot of it was a blur just because it was like such rapid, unexpected growth, but it was great. Yeah. And it, like David said, it hasn't slowed down. Although our team, you know, our team has scaled and allowed us to do even more stuff. So it's like, we've been just, you know, branching out and continuing to grow. And it's been a wild, fun ride for sure.
Yeah, a lot of we've definitely made some errors. A lot of it was planned and calculated. You know, we really wanted to grow the product side of things, which is both of us were doing the client services, and we really didn't enjoy that part of it that much. Although we were very successful, we kept getting, you know, lots and lots and lots of client work. But both of us, I think, you know, verbally, well, outspoken, not internally, we both wanted the product side of the business to really grow. So I think for us, we really invested in that side by scaling our team with the money that we made from the products. And the web design clients kind of sustained us personally for our families, the money that we needed to live. And we basically took all of the money that we made on the product side and reinvested it in the company. So by hiring people and staff. So I think it was very much, you know, calculated in what we were doing and stuff. And I think now it's finally, it's kind of really turned the corner in 2018, because the product side of our business way outweighs the client services side of our business as far as revenue proportions. When we first started, Aspen Grove Studios revenue was very, very heavy on the client services side. And then over the last 3 years, it was like the scales kind of balanced out. 2017, they balanced. And then 2018 has just been, you know, blow the doors off on the product side of things, and really taken over the client services, which I'm not disappointed in that. I'm okay with that. It allows us to be very selective on the clients that we want to work with. So that's basically where we're at and stuff now.
Yeah.
Awesome. And just on the topic of growth in the past 3 years and from A to B, what would you say are your top milestones? Maybe individually, what you think were your biggest moments, or...
Go ahead, Corey.
Yeah, I mean, you know, definitely releasing Divi Footer Editor. That was a huge milestone in retrospect, and didn't really know how huge it was going to be at the time. But how many copies of that do you think we've sold, David, last time we checked?
We've probably sold between almost 10,000 copies, I would say, in the last 3 years.
12,000 copies or something like that. For me, in retrospect, too, a big milestone was the demo zone. And it really showed us the power of lead acquisition and using that. I remember like the first day we launched it, I think within a couple of hours, we had a few thousand signups.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there watching this, you know, our email list grow, you know, right before our eyes by the hundreds. And it was pretty crazy. So for me, those are a couple of milestones. I'm not listing all of them, but I guess, David, you can kind of cover a few.
Yeah, I'll tell you the milestones for me. Definitely, Divi Footer Editor was a milestone in and of itself, because that was really the thing that solidified and brought Corey and I together in Aspen Grove Studios as a company. One of the big milestones for us was the lady who's interviewing us right now.
Yeah.
You know, hiring a content manager. You know, Corey already spoke about user acquisition, lead generation, very huge part. We had the demo zone. We recreated all of the layouts that Elegant Themes had built, 2.4, which were amazingly designed by Kenny Singh, gave them away for free. We gave away tens of thousands of those themes for free and supported them and stuff. But one of the biggest milestones for me, I think, for us and our company, I'd love to tell you that it was because I'm a genius, but I had an idea of that we really needed to blog and we really needed to write content. But what I didn't know was just how much value that was going to bring to our company. When we hired Lisa and she came on, we committed to one article a week, 1,000 words for the first 12 months. And what that did for us was it positioned us as an authority with the search engines in the Divi world. So we started ranking page one for all of our head terms, which brought a tremendous amount of organic traffic to our website, which I think, you know, definitely, you know, it was one of the huge catalysts for making our product company so successful. Because even today, to this point, we put a lot of effort and time and resources into our content marketing, and it pays off greatly. Our number one, you know, resource for sales still in our analytics is organic traffic. Mm-hmm. It's not from, you know, this email list, which is now over 30,000 members. It's not from, you know, Facebook groups that we're involved in and stuff. It's organic traffic. And I really think that it has to do with our content marketing. So for me, on the marketing side of the business, that was a huge, huge milestone for our company, because it positioned us to, when someone searched for anything for Divi, Aspen Grove Studios, now Divi Space has, you know, we come up, you know, ranked.
Yeah. And it's cool because, you know, Lisa's done such an awesome job. Companies that in my WordPress journey, I've, you know, followed their blogs and stuff, WPMU,
Right.
you know, they've been picking up our articles and putting them in their weekly newsletter. And for me, it's really cool to see that, like, a company I've always admired, read their blog posts and looked up to, now our stuff is being featured in their content. And that's really cool to see.
Yeah. Well, Lisa's awesome. So
yeah.
we
Thanks.
Can we high five in the mirror? I don't know if Corey's on the side of me, but there you go.
Speaking of strategic decisions, do you want to talk a little bit about the decision to acquire Divi Space and then the decision to acquire Potent Plugins?
Sure. Yeah, we just, you know, it was just a conversation SJ and I had one day. It was a casual conversation. SJ and I have been friends. SJ and I were two of the very first people in that first Divi Facebook group. And we did a lot of, we became friends. He was the number 2 product creator in Divi. He created the Divi module editor. Was that the name of it, Corey?
Yeah, Divi module editor,
which then became Divi Switch later. He renamed it and stuff, but he was the second product creator for Divi. We were the third with the footer editor. So SJ and I were really good friends, and we became friends over the years. And last year in 2017, we just were having a conversation talking about our businesses and stuff. And SJ was just mentioning that he was just really overwhelmed. You know, he was a solopreneur. He had a young family. The support was killing him. He really enjoyed certain aspects of WordPress, which was the creative side and coming up with new ideas and building products. And I just casually mentioned to him, well, have you ever considered selling Divi Space? And and then that's kind of when he just did, he threw up all over me with where he was at in his life. And I thought, wow, it wasn't calculated. It wasn't something that I planned, as a strategy for growth for Aspen Grove Studios through acquisition, but the opportunity presented itself, and Corey and I sat and talked about it at length, and then we decided whether or not we could do it. And ultimately we made the decision after meeting with SJ and stuff and coming up with a plan to acquire Divi Space. And I have to tell you that if you can afford, to acquire a company, if you can afford the money that it costs to acquire a company and stuff, as a pathway to growth, it has been like explosive growth for our company. The acquisition of Divi Space and then Potent Plugins, which Lisa mentioned. Potent Plugins was our back-end developer, Jonathan Hall, who I've been trying to get for years to come full-time with us, and he just wouldn't do it. He's an entrepreneur. He has his own company. And last year I asked him again, please come full-time. We really need you. Our company's growing. And we worked out a way that we would buy his company. He would come to work with us full-time. And it's more of a partnership than an employee type kind of deal, because Jonathan's vested in the company's success and growth of Aspen Grove Studios. So
yeah, and that was as much a talent acquisition for us. You
Yeah.
see, you read about, on some tech blogs and stuff, how X company was acquired and they're keeping their employees on. For us, Jonathan is such a super talented developer and was doing so much in so little time for us. We were thinking, okay, if we have this guy working full-time for us, then what can we accomplish? And then his products are amazing. And I think Jonathan, the same as SJ, I think he was a little bit overwhelmed with certain aspects. It's marketing and support can take up a lot of your time. So I think it's been a good move for Jonathan as well. He's not having to worry as much about support and all the other stuff that comes into running a product business. So
yeah, and before you jump off into the next question, Lisa, Corey brought up some really good things that I kind of want to expand upon. SJ and Jonathan are both full-time with Aspen Grove Studios today and Divi Space. Obviously, we have Divi Space, Aspen Grove Studios, and Potent Plugins. But now we're all one big happy team. That's where I see a lot of the WordPress product creators really struggle, is the marketing side, lead generation, that whole business side of WordPress. They're great at product creation. They're great at possibly even support because it deals with the product on the product level. But where most of them struggle, so if you're out there and you're a developer and you are having a hard go of it, you've got a great product, but you just don't understand why it's not being adopted in the marketplace, the WordPress marketplace, I would encourage you to find someone like me who's not a developer, but who's more of a business-minded marketing person who understands the value of user acquisition and how to nurture that list and stuff and build that side of it. Find someone that you can partner with, because you can really make some awesome stuff. So I think about now, with SJ in-house and Jonathan in-house, myself and Corey, I literally would put our team up against anybody's team in the world, including yours, Nick Roach.
Bring it on.
I think you would kick our butt, but we would give you a good run for your money and stuff. So I've always admired Elegant Themes as this team and their core team and stuff. So that's why I'm using them.
Yeah, super nice people too.
Yeah.
Above being talented. Yeah.
Awesome. Before I ask about the future for the brand, are there any points you want to maybe clear up for people that might be consumers or customers or visitors or followers that have questions about Aspen Grove Studios, Divi Space, Potent Plugin, the relationship? Is there anything that you want to take this time just to explain to people who might come in?
Lisa, that sounds like future plans. I thought you just prefaced this question with before we get into future plans, but hey, I do think that it may be a little bit confusing for people, the brand and stuff. And honestly, we're still figuring it out ourselves. Aspen Grove Studios was a very strong brand in the Divi community. Divi Space was a very strong brand in the Divi community as well. So, you know, how we've decided to kind of go forward with in the future, and then add in Potent Plugins, which is a very strong brand on the WooCommerce side and has nothing to do with Divi.
Yeah, yeah. Potent, you know, just because it's not in the Divi community, people may not be as familiar with it, but it's WooCommerce products, and we've come across companies like Beachbody.com using those products. So there's some like really big successful companies using Potent products. So it is pretty popular amongst WooCommerce developers.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring y'all. My mom is trying to FaceTime me, so I'm letting mom know that, hey, I'm on an interview.
Bring her in the interview.
Hey, ever since I got her an iPhone, she went from flip phone to iPhone, and now she FaceTimes everybody. She's like, "Oh my God, this is amazing!" You know. So I apologize if my computer started ringing and that comes up in the recording and stuff. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about the future of our company and stuff. You know, I am super pumped. We've got some awesome, great things coming in the future. Obviously, what a lot of people don't know that we've been working on behind the scenes, along with all of the great new products we've released, Divi Icon Party, Divi Nonprofit, Divi Icon Expansion Pack, 3 products in the last 45 days alone, not to mention all the other products that we've released in the last 6 months. If you're a Divi user, come to Divi Space, check out the products that we have. We have some awesome, awesome stuff. Some of it's free. Divi Icon Expansion Pack is 300 plus custom icons that you can add to your Divi theme. Anywhere Divi uses an icon, we've created 300 hand-drawn custom icons that you can add to it and use. Creative Commons, use it on many projects as you want. So
yeah, Divi
it's pretty awesome.
Another free, awesome.
Divi All Purpose, an amazing Divi child theme that's free. I'm sorry, in the last 60 days, we've released 2 child themes, 2 plugins, and you know, we're not going to stop anytime soon.
Yeah, and both those free products are premium product quality. I mean, they're both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm super excited about. But what I'm even more excited about is what we're going to do on the WordPress side, as opposed to just the Divi side. The Divi side we are Divi people. Divi heart, we got a big purple heart over here, just letting y'all know. In case you didn't know already, we're huge fans of Divi. It's what we use. We believe in it. It's a great product. We love Nick Roach, the team at Elegant Themes. But we also have these WooCommerce products that we acquired with Potent Plugins. So we're going to focus on helping to grow and nurture that. So our vision for the company and going forward is Aspen Grove Studios will end up being still the parent company of all the other ones. Potent Plugins will eventually merge into AspenGroveStudios.com. We will bring all of those products into Aspen Grove Studios. We're going to restructure our membership there. Divi Space will be all things Divi all the time. Aspen Grove Studios will be WordPress and our parent company. So Aspen Grove Studios will have all of our products on that site. So if you're a Divi user, you can go to Divi Space. If you're a WordPress user or a Divi user, you can do Aspen Grove Studios.
I think you just came up with a good tagline there, David. All things Divi all the time.
All things Divi all the time. I like our tagline with Divi Space already.
I do, yeah.
We develop better together, because it's about the community and stuff. The thing that I'm most excited about, Lisa, is Gutenberg. Gutenberg is the big rave. It's the whole thing that everybody's talking about, WordPress 5.0. When it comes out, they're going to release the new WordPress editor. It's been affectionately named Gutenberg over the last couple of years. I don't know that that'll stay the same, but it's I'm really excited about it. We've built a Gutenberg theme. We're in the process of building Gutenberg blocks. So I'm really excited about seeing where that goes and takes us. We don't have a name for it yet, and I've been really playing around with names of what I want that project to be for us. So if you have any ideas of a great Gutenberg theme name, I don't really want to use Gutenberg, and I don't want it associated with Gutenberg because I personally feel that WordPress is going to move away from that. That's just going to become a part of WordPress, you know. Blocks, however, will stay the same. It will stay there. So if you got any good block idea theme names, shoot them over to us. We'll even credit you if we use the name that you're going to help us out.
Have a contest.
Yeah. Corey, what are you excited about? I'm excited about all of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited about all that stuff. I mean, you know, even our current products just continuing to move forward, and you know, some of our current products are going to, you know, adapt and change a little bit as Divi changes as well. But yeah, everything that we have planned. I'm excited about our team, just how much our team has grown. A few of the new people that we have on our team, and just how fun it is to interact with them on a daily basis, and how much we get accomplished. So yeah, you know, Gutenberg.
On that note about with the team, sorry, would you take everyone through the start to now, from past to present?
Yeah, I think it would take a lot of time, but we will give some recap numbers here because I think that's important. One thing that we didn't touch on that I do want to touch on, that I'm also very excited about, is our learning platforms. We've recently relaunched some courses. I don't know that anybody knows this, even my internal team. Corey may know it and stuff, but I keep up with it. The Transforming Divi with CSS and jQuery course that we launched 2 months ago in April, or May 1st was when we first launched the first iteration of that course. We have over 600 students in that course currently. That was shock to me. Yeah. I looked at it the other day, pulled it up, and I was like, oh my God, there's 606 students in this course. We recently are about to launch our second course, the Divi Business Expert course. We've got a module, how to create Divi modules course coming out in the fall. That's the second course that SJ is going to be. It's already in production, development, outlined, ready to go. So I'm super excited about the future of both sides of our company, Aspen Grove Studios and Divi Space, paying equal attention. So courses, products, WordPress, Divi. I mean, it's just, the future is super bright for Aspen Grove Studios and the company. So do we want to, I think we've been talking a long time. So do we want to maybe give a rundown? Can I give a rundown of kind of a fast, quick rundown of where we've come from day one to where we're at today? Lisa, is that okay?
From 0 to now.
Sure.
Yeah, she asked, you know, she wanted like a breakdown, a timeline, and unfortunately, I'm 50 now. I suffer from CRS, and if I had to tell you when each one of these people started, I couldn't do it. I don't have dates, but we went from the two guys that are on this video, Corey Jenkins and David Blackman, to today we have 15 people on staff. We recently added a couple of people. I know in a video maybe a month or so ago we had 13, and now we're up to 15 because we've added Alex. I don't know how to say your last name, Alex. I'm going with the English version, Wojciech. He's from Buenos Aires, Argentina, and he's a new support person that we've hired. So we've gone, I'm going to just list them all off. David, Corey, my wife, Lisa, Corey's wife, Mandy. Lisa does, accounting for us, handles all the finances. Corey's wife, Mandy, helps us with support and stuff. Pablo, everybody knows Pablo, head of support, super awesome.
Famous
Love Pablo. Dominica, lead front-end developer. Lisa, who's on this call with us, content manager. Jonathan Hall, lead back-end developer. Leslie Bernal, front-end developer. SJ James from the UK. It's hard for me to put a title on SJ because SJ is so freaking awesome. He does so much. Product creation, course creation, marketing. We don't know where he's going to land yet, but I just keep letting him do whatever he wants to do because everything he does, I love. So SJ, Donna Seacard will be starting with us on August 1st. She'll be helping out in the marketing and project management side of things. Terry Hale, back-end developer. Anna Karaska, OMG, she's editing this video. She's awesome. She's been with us a little over 90 days, and we absolutely love Anna. Alex, like I said, we hired, and Randy Brown contributes on our blog with content. So that's 15 people that our little company helps support their families around the world. Over 30,000 email subscribers, over 30,000 customers who have purchased our products. I think that's it. That's all the numbers I have. Is there any other numbers you want me to tell, Lisa?
No.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is that good? Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah, I just want to know, out of interest, in the past 3 years of working at Aspen Grove, Divi Space Potent Plugins, individually, what has been your favorite product, child theme plugin, or project that you've worked on? What's been your favorite thing to produce?
Corey, I've been talking enough, man. It's your turn. You got to talk.
Yeah, favorite, we try to look at like pain points and things that really, help people, and we get that direct feedback on helping people. So, I think some of my favorite products were some of the earlier ones were Divi Footer Editor, because like David said, a lot of people don't have that skill to open up the footer.php. For somebody like myself and people that are familiar with WordPress and PHP somewhat, it's easy, but it really did help a lot of people. Divi Ghoster filled a huge need in the community for people that wanted to white label Divi. Loved the feedback we got on that and how popular it was. And then, for me, just something that's been fun watching it grow and us get our processes down. Myself and Pablo have just been, working in support and supporting our products and helping those people. And you just get to know a lot of people. I mean, in the support forum, you see familiar faces from the community. So those have been really fun things for me to work on, and a couple of my favorite products that we've put out that I'm most proud of.
I think because I'm focused more on the business and marketing side, I think the acquisitions have been just a new thing for me. It's been, acquiring a company, taking that company, bringing it into our brand, and helping grow that, putting together the strategies of growth going forward, how that's going to work together and stuff. I equally love hiring people, finding awesome people to add to our team. That is a huge highlight to me. When you first asked the question, I think what came to my mind first, which might mean something, I don't know, I'll say it. The demo zone was a big thing for us. Because I've always seen the power of Divi since day one, and I really wanted people to see the power of Divi. I wanted them to see this as a tool that if you weren't a developer like me, you could still build amazing, awesome stuff without any knowledge of coding and stuff. So the demo zone was just like a huge thing for me on a lot of levels. It showed me the power of user acquisition. If you build something awesome, give it away to people, they're going to follow you, and they're going to come, and they're going to show their appreciation by maybe purchasing your products or helping your company grow and stuff, or giving you a shout out. That was huge, seeing what, people are always worried about, giving stuff away for free, and you really shouldn't be, because it's going to come back to you 10, 20 fold. So those are the things that just come to my mind. There's lots of others. Each individual name that I named off the list has a special, I've absolutely loved and adored working with all of them, and you. So there's lots of highlights for me.
Yeah, too many to list.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think that's it. Do you have any other final words? Maybe some advice for someone that wants to start their own Aspen Grove Studios, or maybe some, advice for people that are developing websites?
Yeah.
Corey, go first.
Yeah, my advice is, just try to have fun with it. The Divi community, especially in the WordPress community as a whole, There's so many just helpful, awesome people. So don't be afraid to reach out to people, including us in the community for advice or guidance, and just take that leap of faith and do it, and try to have fun with it. You're going to hit some bumps along the way. You're going to have your fair amount of stress possibly, especially freelancing. Freelancer, some months can be feast or famine. Just keep moving forward, stay positive, and have fun with it. So that's my advice.
Yeah, I think my advice is I've kind of alluded to it back. If you're a developer and you're not a marketer, go find a marketer, partner with them. Don't be afraid to work and collaborate with people so that you can accent whatever business skills you're lacking. Find the person who has those business skills and see if you can work together and stuff to grow. Everybody wants to be the solopreneur and stuff, and it's great. But partnerships can really be beneficial and valuable. But they're also very hard. So you got to find the right person. I think Corey and I work really well together. But I've had, partnerships in the past that really didn't pan out and stuff. But find somebody that you can, the skill sets that you don't have to help you move forward with your company and stuff. I know that we're putting on some courses here in the next, Tim and I, we have the Divi Business Expert course that teaches you how to build a WordPress business. It's on a small scale. We've got another bigger course coming out that's going to teach you how to do that, how to build a business, all of the things that I'm really good at, the marketing, the business side, and really show and share with you how to do it. So don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Find some mentors, talk to them. Corey and I met in a Facebook group, didn't meet each other for 14 months, in person, and we have an awesome company. So anything's possible.
Amazing. Well, that's great. I'm sure a lot of people would have loved listening to this and have loved hearing your stories and the story of the company. And I'll see you in the next 3 years for another recording.
Absolutely. And hey, if you have any questions or anything, put them in the comments. We'll probably post this interview on our blog post, on our YouTube channel, Vimeo. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe and like button so other people can find it. And our 3-year anniversary, we have some very special promotions coming up. I'm not going to tell you about them right now, but just be on the lookout, watch our stuff. It's going to have to do with some of our earliest customers.
Yeah.
That have been with us since the beginning. So
yeah, and in a nutshell, we're super appreciative of the community, our customers, and just everybody who's been a part of this journey, and we want to give back to you. So some cool things coming up.
Lisa, thank you for interviewing us. It's been awesome.
Thank you.